It's weird that it's 47 degrees out right now and raining when it was just like 0 degrees 2 days ago. And it's gonna suck because all that snow is melting plus all of this rain. So like it's flooding a little bit and it's all gonna freeze.
I want you to know that if I can't be close to you, I settle for the ghost of you. I miss you more than life.
Alright, we are heading out from the house. We got us a load. It's quite a bit of deadhead on it, and normally I would not take something like that, but it pays what it weighs. So yeah, the rate makes up for the deadhead, so we're gonna roll with it. Picks up in Olathe, Kansas, and we're taking it up to Salt Lake City, Utah, which is awesome. I love Salt Lake. It is just one of the most beautiful places in the country. It is awesome. So I'm glad that's where we're going. So we're gonna go up here and connect back to the trailer in our parking lot and then head on out. Alright, we are hooked up, pre-tripped, and ready to rock. It was a nice little day at home with the family. I love when I get those little in-between times when I'm passing through the area. Like I've said before, that's what I love about living in the middle of the country, is I get a lot of those. Sometimes not so much. There's times where it's like I just keep dashing around the house and never get close enough to stop. Or when I am passing through, I don't have the time to stop. That'll happen sometimes. So, but I do get to stop a lot without taking home time, which is nice. So, but yeah, we're gonna boogie on down and get to where we're going, and talk to y'all in a little bit. We are coming into St. Louis. Gonna jump on 70 West. Blow this window up so y'all can hear me. Sometimes you can see the arch real good at night, and other times not so much. Like I can see it, but I don't know if it's showing up on the map. It's one of those red blinky lights like the big white towers. This is when we get over the Mississippi River down there with that big old bright light. That's a tugboat. Big old bright light. Oh no, that's I thought it was a tug. I think it is a tugboat attached to a barge. Yeah, big old Mississippi River down there. There's a tugboat out in the middle by itself over there to the left. I wonder how high the river's gonna get with all this rain plus all the snow melt. Cause I know, like when I was leaving the house, I was walking out to the truck, like my yard was flooding over onto the sidewalk and then flowing down the sidewalk into the street and on into the drains. But it was just so much water building up that like it couldn't keep up. And it was trippy to see my yard flowing over into the sidewalk, because the sidewalk sits up higher than the grass. And yeah, so I had never seen that before. My yard doesn't generally flood. There's a couple of spots like way in the back toward the alley that water will pool up for a little bit if we get like a big heavy rain in a short amount of time. But for the most part, the rain wasn't like a real big rain. Now, at points along my trip since I left the house, there was a couple of points where it was raining pretty hard, but there at the house it really wasn't. But yeah, we're gonna keep on boogieing, get on through St. Louis, on up to Kansas City, and get through Kansas City, and I believe we'll get just before Topeka, before we get to the shipper. It's either right before or right after Topeka. I can't remember. But when I was kind of planning my trip, looking at the map, it was either right before or right after. I'm pretty sure it was right before. But yeah, we're gonna boogie on down and get to where we're getting. That's the third one I've seen in about a half mile. They are out here. Whatever little town outside of St. Louis this is, those city cops are not playing about speeding. The first one I passed was in the eastbound lane, and then he came flying past me a little while back, and then he's been jumping in and out, running people's plates. But then I passed one, had somebody pulled over on the other side in the eastbound lane. Then just a little bit back, I passed one, had somebody pulled over on the shoulder on the exit ramp, and then he just lit that guy up. But he was doing all type of weird stuff. That cop that just pulled him over, he got off on the exit, followed somebody off the exit, and then just stayed on the access road and got back on the highway. And then a little while later, he pulled off on the shoulder and slowed down, and then, but never stopped. He slowed down to like 30, 40 mile an hour. Then took off after that car that he just careful, be safe, have your stuff together, and most importantly, just don't speed. And if you're gonna speed, then definitely have your stuff together. Alright, we stopped at this Flying J in Warrenton, something like that, Missouri. Yeah, got us some fuel and some commie exhaust fluid. Now we're gonna get back on the highway. We can find our way out of here. I believe the exit is the same way we came in. So circle around and find out. Make sure, I think there's a truck coming from my left. Yep, there he is. I think we might stop somewhere and take us a 1 hour, 2 hour nap. And then get back on the road. 'Cause I'm a little tired. So that's what I'm debating right now. I don't want to get caught in Kansas City traffic, but it shouldn't be too bad on a Saturday morning. Not like a weekday anyway. Obviously there will be traffic. It's a major city, but they're not major city, but it's a pretty big city. So there will be some traffic, but I don't think it'll be as bad as like, Monday through Friday morning. So we'll take our chances. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm still debating. So, but either way, we're gonna boogie on down and keep on heading to Olathe. Top of the morning, we did stop and get us a nap in last night or early this morning. I don't know what they got going on, an accident or I don't know what they're doing. It doesn't look like an accident, but there's two cars stopped, so I don't know. It doesn't look like there's damage to either one. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, we're gonna get up here, we'll stop and get this trailer washed out. It's not bad, but it's cold, so I don't feel like climbing back there and sweeping it out. So we're gonna get it washed out. I don't have to pay for it, so yeah, we're gonna do that. And then we're about 30 minutes from the washout, truck wash place. And then keep on boogieing to the shipper. We should be there around noon, depending on if there's a line at the washout and how long they take. I thought about getting the truck washed, but I'll do that later. So we're just gonna get a washout and keep on boogieing down the road. Alright, we made it here to the truck wash to get our wash out, and we are just waiting our turn. Looks like we got a pickup truck in there in front of us. We had a cow hauler to our left that pulled in, so we're gonna wait our turn, get our wash out, get back on 70. We are in the Kansas City area, taking the 435 loop. I was trying to get a shot of the cityscape right before this exit, but I couldn't get the camera started in time. It was a nice little view of the cityscape coming down that hill right before this exit when we got on 435, but oh well, it happens. But yeah, we are about 30 minutes from the Shipper Dipper. Yeah, so we're gonna keep on boogieing and go on ahead and get there. I think it's a Tyson. I know it's a Tyson. And then once we get loaded, probably go back to sleep and then get up tonight and drive. I do want to try to get some shots coming through the Rockies, because from Denver all the way to Salt Lake is all beautiful mountains, especially as you get closer to Salt Lake. So I am gonna try to do as much daytime driving as I can, but the way it's looking, I'm gonna be doing a lot of nighttime driving, so I probably won't record too much of that, because you can't really see much coming through the mountains. There are some spots where you can see pretty good at night, and I don't know what the moon phase is right now or what the clouds are supposed to look like, but especially during a full moon on a clear night, you can really get some good shots. But I'm not gonna hold my breath for that. But I am gonna try to get as much of the daytime as I can coming through the mountains. I don't know what was going on, but those 3 buses had a police escort. I was trying to get my camera started again, but I need to get quicker at it. I am glad I am not on the northbound 35. They are creeping along at like 2 miles an hour. We rolling freely over here on the southbound 35. Uh-oh. Be careful. Oh, there's 2 polices. Oh, no, it ain't. I thought that black car was blinking too. It was the light on the bottom of the mirror of the cop car. I don't know what's going on, but I hope everything's alright. Old Lake, next 5 exits. I didn't know that Old Lake was like sizable like that. I ain't never heard of it. I don't think. I might have. I don't know. Heck, I might have even been here. I've been to so many different Tysons, it's hard to keep up. You know, there's always those certain ones that you remember, places that you go multiple times, or places that, you know, are near like a landmark or something like that. There goes another copper getting on the interstate. But I've been to so many Tysons all over the place, in some of the most remote of places, in big cities. So it's hard to keep track. There are a couple though that when I see them, when I see the address, I'm like, oh, I know where that's at, or I've been there. But this one, I didn't get that when I saw the address. So maybe when I get there, I might recognize it. But just from seeing the address, I do not recognize it. Deaf Cultural Center. But alright, we're about 5.5 miles away. check back in when we get there. About a half, 3/4 of a mile up here. We gonna make a right, and then about another half to 3/4 of a mile after we make that right, Tyson should be to our left. The Video Freightliner place. Ralph said Premier, like the Premier Trucker Rentals. Yeah, I believe it's this light up yonder. We gonna make a right at the light down yonder, and then right up yonder is gonna be a Tyson to our leftical. Skirt, 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 crash into the blue car. Boom! Ha ha ha, I ran them over. Alright. I believe it's that big old building right there. I think it's that building right there. Let's see. Let us see here. Tyson, I see the sign hide behind the bush. I saw the sign. It opened up my eyes. Come on, Subaruba. Subaruba, you come on, going past. I'm not in a hurry. Ain't got a very big driveway. Safety vets required. I need a safety vet. Must be on a leash. I gotta be on a leash. Let's see. Drivers, please pull up to the gate. Pets must be on a leash at all times. What's that say? All contractors must sign in, pull up to the gate, then stop and walk back down. To access restroom and driver's lounge, please use entrance to the east by stairwell. Please bear with us during this time of construction. Alright. Gotta read all the signs. They tell you pertinent information. Trailers too high or too low or in a bind. Don't injure yourself. Call this number here. Drivers don't touch the yellow things. Alright, we gonna touch no yellow things. Alright, let's go check in here and see what they want us to do. Alright, I gotta drop my empty in spot 531 and then bobtail around here to go check in. Let me go into yard move. I don't want to do the 5 mile an hour creep because it's kind of all the way in the back there, so yard move. Alright. It's all the way in the back here, so I don't want to do the 5 mile an hour creep all the way around, and I don't want to start my drive time either. I mean, I guess I could. It really doesn't matter because I'm not going to drive for very long when I leave here. Just long enough to find somewhere to park. So going all the way in the back. Spot 531. I like his cowboy hat. It is leather. Like a suede type of leather. That was slick. It's nice. I have like two like straw cowboy hats. I got like a khaki color, like, you know, like the work brown, and then a black. But I haven't worn them in a while. I used to wear them a lot, but yeah, I haven't worn them in a while. Let's see, 22. Okay, spray painted on the ground. So we should be coming up on it. 28, 29, 30. There's the trailer in 531. So we're just going to spin around and drop it wherever. If there's not one here, which I don't think, that corner might be empty, but I ain't fighting with that corner. So we'll do a flip around. I saw some empty spots over here on this side. We'll grab one of those. I'm not driving all the way back up there to tell them 531's got a trailer in it, and then have to drive all the way back over here. It's just crazy. So there's an empty one right there behind us. We utilize it. And be done. Oh, there's one next to Kill 'em. That's what I call KLLM. I call it Kill 'em. It's like a word with no vowels. Couldn't do it. Pull up a little bit. My OCD, it's not perfectly even in between the two trailers. So I don't know which one of these is straight. Back here, they're both pointing in different directions. So we're gonna go with what I think is straight, which is neither of them. And truck back there. Seems like I'm getting rather close to. So we're gonna stop right here. Alright, we're gonna drop this trailer and run around to the shipping office. Alright, we got our paperwork. Go find our loaded trailer, hit the scale, and then let security put my seal on. Do a spin-a-maroo here. They said the third row. I'm guessing the first row is closest to the building, and that would be the second row. This must be the third row. Trailer number. Check my bills, make sure. Alright. Alright. I'll find my trailer. My luck is all the way down here at the end. Slow it down. Now we're gonna do the 5 mile an hour creek. In the club. Turn that down. So kick my video. Music playing in our background. We kicked your video and put me in driving. I don't want to be in driving. moving. Got my trailer. Found my trailer. And then we got the scale. Hit the exit. And boogie on down the road. Hey, pup dog. Sign that my landing gear ain't, the trailer's not a million feet in the air. Alright, we gonna get hooked up, scale out, and get out of here. Alright, climb on this scale here, get our scale ticket, and check our gauge weight gauges. I don't know why the company calls them gauge weights. And so that's always stuck in my head, but that doesn't make any sense. They're weight gauges. But anyways, check those while I'm on this perfectly flat surface there. And I should be good. I'm only 38,000 pounds. So I should be good. I just ran my tandems all the way forward, and it should be good. Says I am 72. You're not supposed to set your brakes really on the scale. 72. Stop bouncing. 72. It's bouncing between 72,480 and 72,520. So we'll call it 72.5. Let's see, I'm 30 on the tractor. Let me go check the tandems. And also figure out how to print this. I don't know how to print it. Oh, I gotta put in this 500 number here, I believe. All right. Print this out and then check my rear weights for my tandem weights. Oh, this gave me a ticket. I don't even have to check them. That's nice. It separated it. It didn't tell me on the screen, but when I printed it, it separated them. 11,080 pounds on my steers, 29,440 on my drives, and 31,980 on my tandems. So we're gonna leave it. Normally I'll try to even them out. I would put another 1,000 pounds on my drives and bring them up to 3440, and it would take my trailer down to 3980, and maybe even well, yeah, I am gonna move them because I want to have more weight on my drives than on my trailer. So I'm gonna stop right here and slide them forward about 3 holes. That'll move about 1,500 pounds. And that'll put me at 31 on my drives and about 35 on my tandems. So let's do that right quick and check out with the security and get on out of here. Alright, we are out of there. So we're gonna find us somewhere to park and get us some sleep and get up tonight and head toward the receiver, toward good old Salt Lake City. We are back on the road. We started a little after midnight. It's now about 1:45. Headed north out of Kansas, up toward Nebraska. Headed toward I-80. I'm gonna take that west all the way to Salt Lake. It is really cold out. Dash says it's 12 degrees. The weather app says it's 13, but feels like -3 with the wind chill. It feels really windy. The weather app says the wind's only 15 miles an hour, but it feels a lot stronger than that. And I'm in an aero truck, and it still feels like that wind is just blowing me all over the place. So if I even crack the window a little bit, it gets so loud in here. And it's bugging me because I get hot and I feel like I'm running out of fresh air. I'm the type, I like to always have a window crack. So I start feeling like closed in and stuffy. But yeah, I crack that window and it gets really loud. Then it starts blowing me around even harder. So yeah, it definitely feels stronger than 15 miles an hour. Temperature drop is like 10 degrees now. And then I found out today, I guess, I don't know if CapCut is owned by ByteDance or whatever the TikTok company is called. But that's what I use to edit my videos. So I gotta find something else to use. I had a Power Director already. That I use that to clear up audio on some videos, but for some reason it says some of the video formats are not supported, which is weird because I record everything with my phone. So it's weird that some things it will let me input and others it won't. But yeah, I guess that TikTok ban is affecting more things than just TikTok. So I don't know, but I think I found something. I forget what it's called, but when I got up, I jumped on the old Googles and was looking for another video editing software app. I think I found one, I just forget what it's called. So hopefully I will still be able to compile my different clips, edit, and put my videos out for you guys. Lord willing, it'll all work out. So, yeah, I don't know what's gonna come of this whole TikTok ban stuff, and I'm guessing it's more than just TikTok. I'm guessing it's anything ByteDance or whatever the parent company is called. I think that's what it's called. But yeah, I'm assuming that it's affecting anything that the parent company owns. And my daughter called me earlier and told me that that you couldn't use CapCut anymore, and I went to the app and opened it, and yeah, it said you can't use it. Hopefully, something you'll be able to use it soon. Something blah blah blah. Whole bunch of words that basically said no. But yeah, so I don't know what's gonna come of that. I guess we'll see come Monday. I saw an article where the new administration said they were gonna put it off. So, but I don't know how that's gonna work out. It seems like the old administration is just doing a bunch of things contrary to what the new administration says they're gonna do, to just try to throw a monkey wrench into things. So I don't know, but we'll see what happens. I'm rambling, so we're just gonna keep on headed north into Nebraska. I think we might be in Nebraska or about to come into Nebraska. I know there was a sign back there that said Rollo, Nebraska, 1 mile, but I haven't seen like a welcome to Nebraska sign. But you know, the way the state lines, it's not like they're always a straight line. So yeah, I should be, if not in Nebraska yet, getting close. So, but yeah, we're gonna stop rambling and keep boogie on down the road. See right there, Rulo, Nebraska. So I don't know if we're actually in Nebraska or not. But either way, we're gonna boogie on down and keep heading toward I-80. Coming through Nebraska. Man, that sky looks real pretty through the camera. It doesn't look that pretty in real life. I mean, it's pretty, but not that pretty. Oh, this window, I ain't gotta yell. But yeah, that does look pretty. That sunset behind me is beautiful. Let this car get past and I will show y'all. It is beautiful. Show y'all, look at that sunset. That is a beautiful, or sunrise, that's a sunset, huh? Beautiful, beautiful sunrise. So beautiful. But I'm just checking in, we cruising along. Still got about 700 miles to go. I'm stop here in a couple of hours and then take, go to bed, take a shower, go to bed and get up and finish the trip tomorrow night and be there by 5 in the morning on Monday. So we're making pretty good time. Yeah, I could have left a little earlier yesterday and had even more just in case time, but because I had got up early, I woke up before my alarm went off, but I sat there on my phone, catching up on some YouTube and stuff. And my daughter called. I talked to her for a little bit. So, yeah, I didn't. I could have got on the road sooner, but I didn't. But I still got plenty of time to get to Salt Lake and make it there on time. I'll actually probably still make it there a couple of hours early. Well, I have a couple of hours of, just in case time. So I don't know if I'll actually end up making it there early, but I'll have a couple of hours of just in case time. So, but yeah, just checking in. I'll check back in with y'all if anything exciting happens, or when I get to wherever I'm gonna park at. I stopped at McDonald's a little ways back. Well, I stopped at a truck stop that had a McDonald's across the street. And man, it was cold out there. Look at that. Dash say 2 degrees. I don't know if y'all can see that. It's a little blurry. 2 degrees Fahrenheit. It is cold. And then I used the restroom while I was in there, and when I washed my hands, the air dryer was blowing out like negative 400 degree temperatures. And on the walk back across the street to the truck, man, my hands hurt so doggone bad from being that cold. Like, it is really, 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 really cold. It's not as windy. That wind definitely calmed down a lot. But down there in southeastern Nebraska, Iowa area, because the little route I was taking, I kept bouncing back and forth between Nebraska and Iowa. It's like the road is like right there on the state line. But man, it was crazy windy. Yeah, it's calmed down a lot now. But all right, we're gonna stop rambling and get on up here, find us somewhere to park in about 100 miles or so. Those plateaus are kind of cool. We're getting close to Cheyenne, Wyoming. And as we get more into Wyoming, we get more and more mountains, especially the closer we get to Utah. Alright, we made it to Cheyenne, Wyoming. There's a Pilot, or Flying J, or one of the two, one of them, up here off this exit. We'll stop there, get some fuel, take Mackie out, take a shower, and get us some sleep. I am tired. And get up tomorrow, run this 7 hours to Salt Lake and make my delivery. I might try to run by, there's a terminal there in Salt Lake. I might try to run by there and get my APU fixed. It's the AC compressor is locked up, so it's throwing belts. So I might try to get by there and get that fixed. But I don't know yet. It just depends on time and how long, they can get to me. I should have called them yesterday. I'll probably call them when I stop. But yeah, that's the plan though. So yeah. check in with y'all when I get up. Alright, we woke up to a winter wonderland. Not really, it's not that bad. Just a light dusting. I'm hoping, they should have been anticipating it, so I'm hoping 80 West should be pretty clear. So we should be alright. I mean, we'll be alright anyway. As long as we don't run into any crazy blizzard or anything like that along the way as we get closer to the Salt Lake. I don't think it's supposed to get that bad though. So hopefully I'm right. Are we gonna let me go? No, white cars do that. We could have been gone, but all the time it takes me to stop and get going again, we could have been gone. But I appreciate him though. Give him the flashy flash, thank you. Blinky blink, thank you. Then these freaking new vehicles think they know everything. They think they know better than me, like what like the defrost is on right now, and it won't let me put it on circulate. Because right now it's pulling air from outside, which is causing the air that's coming out. It's confusing me. First it's telling me to go that way, now it's telling me to go this way. Okay. Okay, B. But it's cold. The air coming out of the vents feels cold. I don't like it. I want it to be warmer. So I want to turn it on circulate instead of bringing in fresh air because it's cold. Defrost on to melt the snow. It's not like real slick, but I don't like that I can't see the lines. Then when I got washer fluid, they were out of the icer, so I had to get regular washer fluid, and I hope that I don't get buildup too bad. I don't have any de-icer to melt it. But it is what it is. We'll be alright. We'll make a way. I just wish that I could turn this stupid thing to circulate, but it won't let me. When I push it, it flashes and goes back to fresh air. So we just want to deal with it. Definitely it's not as warm as having it on circulate. across the road pretty good. speeding in the cold, probably, most likely. I don't know what they did. But it stopped snowing though. And that wind calmed down. Not blowing all over the road like it was. A little ways out of Cheyenne, snow stopped. There was a couple of spots coming through some of the hills where it picked back up a little bit, but for the most part it's been pretty smooth sails. There have been a couple of spots where like the speed limit drops. You know, they have the variable speed limits out here. And there have been a couple of spots where the speed limit dropped to like 55, and a couple of them made sense, but some of them it was clear just like this. So maybe they just haven't updated the sign yet. Maybe something was going on earlier. But yeah, I don't know. A few of them spots, the road looked just like this. And it slowed the speed limit down. There was one spot where it slowed down to 45, which was kind of crazy because it wasn't that bad. I mean, I understand like it's really cold. It's dash says 0, so there could be some, you know, some hidden ice or slick spots. But I just don't understand how people can't drive in the snow anymore. It's not even like a lot of snow. It's just a light dusting. And they have to slow the speed limit down to 45 because people don't know how to drive anymore. I don't get it. I really don't. I mean, I kind of do. Slightly. Because people do everything but drive nowadays. And the cars do a lot of things for the driver. See, I'm used to I started driving in old mechanical cars, like cars from the 60s and 70s, with minimal electronics. And you actually had to drive the car. You could feel every bump, every slip, and that determined how you drove. But now, these cars they have sensors and everything. You don't feel the road like you used to, and then you go to if you do feel something and you go to react, the car is going to react, and so I don't know, it's weird because they're different reactions, you know. Like say you start to slip, so you come off the throttle. Well, the car might be trying to give one or two of the wheels or three of the wheels throttle to compensate for the wheels that are slipping, but then you come out of the throttle and it's like you and the car are working against each other. And then you got people that don't feel anything and just rely on the car. And I think the cars don't always make the best judgment call. So I don't know. I'm just rambling about the way that people can't drive. And it's like I always say the cars have gotten smarter, which made the people dumber. Like, it's weird. That's why I hate the auto 4x4 in like the early to mid 2000s SUVs. because the way that it kicks in the the front differential, the front drive, if the rear slips and it, like I was saying earlier, if the rear slips, my reaction is to come out of the throttle and counter steer. So the rear slips and it kicks in the front, and I'm coming out of the throttle to counter steer, and so it's like the four-wheel drive will kick in and right back out, and I hate that feeling. It's like a clunk. Like, I don't know. It's like, I think it's dangerous. I understand it can be useful for people that don't feel what the car is doing. Like my wife doesn't, she has a harder time feeling what the car is doing compared to myself. And I guess a lot of people have that issue. Because, like my mother does too. And they also, it's like they don't see what's going on around them. They don't feel what the car is doing. They're just staring straight ahead the whole time they're driving. It's just weird. I don't understand how someone can drive like that. Like, I want to know what's going on around me at all times. I want to know what's to the left of me, what's to the right of me, what's behind me, what's in front of me, what's above me. I want to know all of that at all times. Alright. That's like back when I was getting on 80 and I almost took the wrong exit. I was able to quickly get back on to the road to take the next exit. Because I was already aware of what was behind me, and as I'm looking at the exit, I'm also looking in my left mirror to make sure that no one is beside me, in case, because I had a feeling that it was the wrong exit. So I'm looking in my mirror to see what's beside me, but I'm already knowing, what was around me already, but I'm also understanding that things can change rapidly. Because I've seen people do that on the road and without checking their mirrors and just swerve back over. I've seen people do some crazy stuff, but like I would have stayed on the shoulder, if there was traffic and waited for traffic to clear and came back over. Being aware of your surroundings. Anyways, I'm just rambling. We're gonna keep on getting through Wyoming on into Utah. We've got about 300 miles to go. And we will be at our destination. I love those whatever oil refineries or whatever that is. They remind me of like cyberpunk, like old futuristic movies from the 80s, like the old cyberpunk stuff. I don't know if you guys can really see it real good, but over there where all this steam is coming from, it's like an oil refinery, and all the lights everywhere reminds me of like the old futuristic movies from the 80s, the cool cyberpunk stuff. Anyways, we're gonna keep on rolling. We are gonna keep the rubber side down and get to our destination. Oh, there you can see it back. I knocked my thing loose. Camera. check back in shortly. It doesn't show up real good, kind of where the lights are, but I've got mountains all around me. It's just so dark you can't really see them. So you see this gets lit up because of the tunnel, but we got mountains all around us. I just wish it was daytime so y'all can see. Also, I have to stop and fix my mount. I accidentally knocked it down, and I have to stop to fix it, and I haven't done so yet. That's a cool rock. The hotel right there under the two rocks. That's freaking awesome. This is cool. I remember this area because I've came through here quite a bit. It is so cool looking in the daytime. That's cool. You can see the top of the mountains right there under the sky. Coming down this big old hill. My ears are steady popping. There's a couple of them back there that were even bigger, but they were real curvy. And so I didn't want to be messing with the camera while I was coming down the curvy hills, especially since I don't have it mounted right now. I still haven't stopped to fix my mount. When we pop out of these mountains, we should be in Salt Lake. So just getting through these mountains, and then yeah, should be in Salt Lake. I'm only about 20 miles from the receiver, and if I remember correctly, it's just right on the other side of these mountains. Jake brake been working his butt off. There's a couple of them big hills back there. I was full Jake brake and still had to mash the gas pedal every few minutes, or every few seconds. Mash it, slow down, 5 mile an hour release. Full Jake brake, I was still accelerating super fast down the hill. There's Salt Lake over the horizon as soon as you pop out the mountains, just like I thought I remembered correctly. There's a beautiful cityscape from up here. I'm still coming down a big old hill. We have made it to our destination. It's right here on the left. And I thought I'd been here before, but I didn't want to say because I couldn't remember. But now that I see it, I know I've been here before. I've only been here once, so I don't fully remember how it goes down, but I do remember parking over there to the right. So, but I don't remember much else. So, go up here, get checked in, and see how it goes. Alright, we got checked in and parked I remember now that they gave me this. I gotta wait for this little thing to go off, and it will tell me which door to go to. And then I just go to the door and wait to get unloaded. So, yeah, that's Costco distribution for you. Last time I said I was like straight across from where I'm at. I parked way down there because I got here early. And then there was a whole line of us standing up at the, what's it called? At the security when it opened. And it was kind of cold. It wasn't as cold as it is now. But it was cold. But when I came out of the mountains and got in the Salt Lake, it was like 22 degrees. But for a while there, it was bouncing between like -6 and 0. Where I stayed in Cheyenne yesterday, it was like 2 degrees, 0 to 2 degrees. I didn't even get in the shower because it was so freaking cold. And I didn't want to walk through the parking lot wet and cold like that. So, yeah, we put that off because it's cold. It was real cold. They said at points coming from Cheyenne to here to Salt Lake, there was points where it was like -5, -6, like freezing cold. And that's not even like with the wind chill. That was just the temperature. I don't know what it was with the wind chill, but I could only imagine. But yeah, we're gonna sit here and wait for this thing to go off. We've got a little screen, it beeps and does all that type of stuff, and it'll tell me what door to go in. I think I put my paperwork in the back, if I remember correctly. So yeah, we're gonna wait for this thing to go off, and I guess while we're doing that, take Mackie out. There's some grass there behind me, so take Mackie out while I'm waiting on this thing to go off. She said there was only one person in front of me. I think that might be him now. So, yeah, just wait my turn. Now, he got the car's eyes on the Pete. That's slick. All right, we got our dock. Got 117. Hopefully, it don't take too long. We can get up out of here. Not tired. I drove straight here, non-stop, because I didn't know what the weather was going to be like. And I did my math wrong, and I ended up leaving like 40 minutes after I originally planned. I was thinking for some, I don't know, I was tired. I was thinking that my clock reset at 9:15 last night, but it reset at 8:45. So that's where I ended up messing up at. But I got here, my appointment was at 5. I got here at 4:40. So, we do what we got to do to get here on time. It's our bread and butter. So, got to keep the reputation good. But, yeah, sit here and get unloaded. I might climb back there and take a nap while I get unloaded. Wait for this beepy thing to go off again. And, check back in with y'all when they're done. Alright, we got finished unloading, and we're gonna park out here on the street and lay it down and get up. And I think I found something for next, but I'm tired, so I'm gonna look over it again when I get up.
Got Mackie out on the long chain. It's cool, you can see the mountains in the background behind like the fog. And it's cool, you can, I like peeking through. And that's right too. That's what I love about Salt Lake. It's like you're completely surrounded by these mountains. There's a nice little sunrise back there coming up. That's slick. And mountains back there too. But I love that about Salt Lake. It's like I love that about Salt Lake. Just surrounded by mountains. It's so freaking beautiful out here. But probably end it here and wait for Maggie to get done using the restroom, and I'm gonna lay it down. So I appreciate y'all hanging out with me today. I hope everybody stays blessed. I love y'all, and I will see y'all next time.